morning. We are at our first destination. It was at the alpaca ranch that we stayed at. They have about 77 animals here, and it is so pretty. They have donkeys, alpacas, huge bunny rabbits running around, horses. So yeah, this is our first morning. We are driving over to Browning right now and then headed to Great Falls. So we made it to Great Falls after a long day of travel from Coeur d'Alene, and this is where we are staying for tonight. And as far as like our camp spots and stuff that we're finding, this is, we call this girl Nosy because she was trying to get into our dinner when we were cooking on the back of our truck. But she's super sweet girl, like she's super sweet. So as far as us finding like our camp spots and stuff, we are just kind of playing it by ear, and wherever we are, we kind of just look for somewhere to stay. And we've been finding that there's a app called Hip Camp, and we've been using that app lately, and we've actually had some really awesome hosts. And so I would highly recommend Hip Camp if you're just kind of like wondering and on the go and you're not really quite sure like where you're gonna end up for the night. I would highly suggest Hip Camp, and it's super easy to use. People are super great. Communication's really good. So yeah, these are our little friends for tonight. I just wanted to share a little bit of a background story on us. I grew up with horses most of my life, and so I feel completely comfortable around them, and they're just kind of like big dogs to me. I've always had horses almost my whole life, so like I don't know any different. And so my husband, Brent, I kind of like introduced him to horses, and he started riding with me like a few years ago. And so like we just both love like big animals and cows and goats and horses. So the few camping spots that we've been staying at are animal friendly for sure, because the last night we just stayed at was an alpaca ranch. So we stayed by a bunch of alpacas and goats and donkeys and horses, which I totally don't mind, and I love being around those animals. And then tonight we're just hanging out with some horses, and yeah, it's just been a really, really awesome time, and I'm excited. There's flies everywhere. And I'm excited to get into Helena tomorrow and explore that area of Montana. to our KOA campground for tonight. It's just a little bit outside of Helena, like probably 10 minutes from like the downtown area, and it is a very nice campground. It's a KOA, and there's showers. That's behind me, that's their little like rec area. So it's there's like chess, cornhole, another game, I forget the name of it, and then there's showers, bathrooms, laundry room, like a little gift room, and you also have like a little gift shop kind of thing, I guess. Like they sell ice cream and drinks and ice in there, so that's really nice. So yeah, this is home for tonight, and we're probably gonna go into town tonight into Helena and kind of check it out and maybe get some ice cream. Reader's Alley in Helena, Montana, and we stumbled across this cabin, and it's one of the oldest cabins in Montana. It's from the late 1800s. It's a really, really neat cabin. Today we decided to treat ourselves and go out to breakfast and switch it up a little bit. So we went to Steve's Cafe in Helena, and it was very good. Highly recommend that place. If you're in town and looking for somewhere to have breakfast or lunch, they also serve lunch, and I'm not sure about dinner, but their breakfast was great, and they have a lot of huckleberry options as well, because that's kind of like a Montana thing, I guess, as we're learning right now. We're actually in Boulder, Montana right now, and we're just kind of driving through and exploring the area a little bit. And the town itself was it's just old, you know, like it's a very old town with brick buildings, but they like have your dentist is in like this really cool old brick building, or just, you know, normal things that you would need. So it's just a really neat little town. So we're just exploring the Boulder area today, and headed out to the Elkhorn Mountains, I believe, and maybe we'll see some elk or deer, or hoping to see some elk. Made it to the Elkhorn ghost town. morning. We are at our last spot before home. We are in Spokane right now, and we're staying at, I believe it's like Willow Creek Retreat. It's off of Hip Camp. We found it was fairly cheap, and it's really just a spot to park our truck and feel safe for the night and not feel like we're in the city and all the loud noises and stuff. So it's really nice and quiet out here. There's a huge massive tree, and they have a little swing over there, and it was nice. Like, we pulled in late last night, and it was easy, and it's pretty calm out here and pretty quiet, which is really nice. So yesterday we drove from Helena to Spokane, and then now we just have like another 6-hour drive ahead of us to get home. We had so much fun on this trip. It was so neat seeing all the different like topography of Montana, I guess you could say, like all the just crazy like rock walls and like these mountains that just come out of nowhere. Like you're flat, and then all of a sudden you're in the mountains again, which is really cool. We love the mountains. So yeah, we are excited to get home and see our puppies. Hey, I just wanted to show you guys what we have to do in order to like pack up and then get on the road. And really all it is taking down this back piece of it's our window insulation. So all I have to do is pull down the Velcro, which I'll kind of show you. Because it's just attached to this, like we put Velcro strips on the back, and then it just attaches to this material. So I just have to take that down. And then turn off we have like 4 little lights. My husband actually found them on Amazon, and they were a steal, and they have been perfect for what we need. So there's one in each corner, so we have a total of 4. And they actually will go to music too. So if you just hold your phone up to play music, it will, like, the lights will go to the music. So yeah, that's really all we have to do, and then we just pack up our stuff and put it under our bed right here, and then we hit the road. So what would you say your favorite part was of our road trip?
Probably the Elkhorn ghost town. That was pretty cool to go walk around the buildings and see all the history.
Yeah, that was actually really cool to go see that. It was like, you go through Boulder, and then you go out to the Elkhorn Mountains, and then there's this really old ghost town back there. That was really cool. And like, there's still people living out there right now. They look like, you know, it's a good life, and it's quiet out there, and driving through all the different parts of Montana. We drove through Kalispell, kind of around Glacier, over to Great Falls, down to Helena, and then when we came home, we went back through Missoula, and then came through Spokane and on 84 back to Vancouver, Washington. So it was a really fun trip. We saw a lot of really pretty things.